welcome to another episode of Afro Scientific Spirituality. My name is Veves. If this is your first time on this channel, you are highly welcome. This is a place where we separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concept from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I will be talking about a very important subject, which is the use of sigils or veves in African spirituality. This is a topic that I have talked about before, and I did not really go deep as much. And also, a subscriber wants to know more about Veves. It's a new person that is coming into African spirituality, and he want to know about this thing we call Veves and if they are related to CJs and they are used in African spirituality. So I said, why not? I'm going to do another video and I'm going to go very deep into this topic. So today's video, before I proceed, I want to let people know that what we are talking about on this channel is African spirituality. And African spirituality is the mother of all spirituality. And it has no boundaries. It is unlimited. So there's a lot of practices that we have. Nobody knows it all. Even me, I don't know it all. I still learn. We learn every day. Okay. So in this African spirituality topic, we talk about things. Some of the things we talk here might be braza for some people, deep for some people, absorb for some people. It will not make sense to many people. It will also be total rubbish to some people. It will sound like nonsense to them. But this is African spirituality. If you come to Africa, the Brazil, the unsensible, the undescribable, the fantastic, everything is part of our culture, our spirituality. This is us. So if you are somebody that have a very weak constitution, this African spirituality topic is not for you. If you are somebody that have the notion of spirituality should be love the earth, hug the tree, African spirituality is also not for you. If you are somebody that is in this current phase of cancel culture, anything that does not agree to your delicate sensibilities should be cancelled and blocked. This channel is not for you. In African spirituality, there is no old bar. Okay, we talk about stuff here that people don't even know exists. So we don't give room. This is why I make sure I block some people out. They not get safe for this channel because not be their team. Now we get the final say because we don't want that cancel culture. We don't want people to come to think of formulating regulations and guidelines to come to control our affairs. We don't need that kind of thing here. So things I'll talk about on this channel, some people will think it's evil, demonic. Now them I know why you come here before. Okay, this is our culture. So I'll be talking about some deep stuff from time to time. If you feel that it's shocking for you, you may not be ready for this subject, or you may be in the wrong place. So there are different kind of rivers in the world. The one that is comfortable for you, you can swim in it. If you feel that you are a professional swimmer, you can swim at the deep side of the ocean. You don't have any problem swimming with sharks and waves. You know how to live in harmony with nature, with the greater and lesser forces of nature. Then African spirituality is for you. You are welcome. So if you are that soft-hearted person or trying to come here to condemn us, this place is not for you. Go to your parkland fluffy bunny, winter, summer, coffee drinking, boot licking, government sucking departments. This place not be for you. This place is for future revolutionaries. This place is for people that are willing to go beyond the veil. This place is for explorers, scientists, innovators, creative people, designers, people that are not afraid to go the extra mile. Okay, this place is for different sort of people. People that have stomach for the unfathomable. Okay, this channel is for serious-minded people dedicated to the dark heart of the dark matter consciousness. Let me put it that way. So if you are that kind of person, I don't care where you come from, you are my friend. Okay? We are not alone in this planet. We may come from different spectrums, but if we have the same dreams and orientation of moving this planet forward, then we can be able to work together. So, with that being said, let me start this topic today. This thing we call Veves is something that is very, very ancient in African spirituality. It is part of our practice. It is the use of intricate designs or patterns to represent different deities. Okay, it is like a graphical representation of certain deities or spiritual forces in nature. So these Veves, they are like signatures of deities, signatures or marks or symbols representing different type of deities. The way these Veves are is that you will find them mostly in West Africa. These Veves are like a phone number of a spirit. Okay. For instance, I have a phone number, you have a phone number, something that somebody can be able to reach you to make call when they want to talk to you. Nobody have the same phone numbers. Everybody's phone number is unique, just like their fingerprint, so people can be able to reach you and identify you. So when I give you my number, you see my number on the screen, you call that number, you are sure you're going to get to me, right? Because that is my phone number. So think of this veve as the phone number of the deity, whereby you want to make contact with that deity, you want to call them, invoke them, summon them into this world. You're going to get that veve or that design. In ancient African practice, normally it is drawn on the ground. In voodoo, voodoo, igbe, or risha. In Africa, we draw this on the ground. Uh, elaborate patterns. We use corn meals to draw it, corn flour. You can also use native chalk to draw it. Sometimes people use salt, but we mostly use corn flour or native chalk, depending on what you have at hand. Or if you don't have those, you can just use a stick to make the sign. Ordinary wood or stick, just inscribe it on the ground. The essence of this is that when you're drawing this thing on the ground has the earth is a realm of its own. We all know that the earth is alive, Mother Earth is living, and all of us, we are part of the earth. We humans, we are made of particles from the earth and also from the spirit realm. That's why when we die, we decompose. The physical matter goes back to the earth, where it comes from. The spiritual matter goes back to the celestial realm. So we are all part of the earth. So many of these deities that we venerate on this planet, they are also inside this earth as well. So by the person drawing the veve on the ground, it's like we are opening a gateway to the realm of that deity to bring them forth into this physical world. Okay, so inscribing that gateway and you using your hand to inscribe it, you are actually giving life to it by that energetic quality of you actually using your hand to draw this thing. You are actually putting life into that thing to awaken it, to open it up. So you have to draw this thing. Okay, you must draw it. When you draw it, you call the name of the deity. You make sure that the symbolic elements are representing that deity, what the deity likes. You put them around. If it's music, we use music to get into the zone. There's a lot of clapping. There's if the deity like alcohol or certain kind of foods, they are presented as offering around the uh, veve. If it is the deity is a fire deity, fire must be there, water must be there, then blood, we have to be there. Normally, to awaken this spirit to come very fast, we have to use blood. You have to kill a goat or a chicken and sprinkle that blood into the gateway. This will give the life of that place so that the deity can have that essence to be able to present themselves firmly on this physical plane. Okay, so the sigils are gateways to spirit world. We use them for calling the deities. They are symbolic representations of that deity. So sigils are very, very powerful stuff. Sorry, veve. I always use them interchangeably. Sigils and veves, they are the same thing to me. Okay, so the veves are powerful stuff. So when you come to West African Voodoo, Igbe, Orisha, Palo Mayombe, Quimbanda, Santeria, veves are heavily used. Every spirit have their own veve. No spirit have uh, the same veve. Every spirit have different veves. That it is possible for one spirit to have more than one veve. It is very possible. We have seen these cases. Maybe you can see a deity that have a popular veve. Everybody knows that, but when you start working closely with them, they will not give you the private one. Just like you have a friend, you have a public phone number, then when you have a close relationship, somebody will give you their private line. So this is my direct line. You can forget about those protocols. You want to call me, use this line anytime. You can get me anywhere. Some spirit will give you their private veve, whereby you can use to have direct contact with them if they trust you very, very much. So only you will be using that veve, just like only you will be using the private line. You will not share it out to anybody. Some people have private lines to presidents, to governors. All these people, these girls that do sugar daddy work, the sugar daddy will give them their private line. They can call that man anytime while other people are finding it difficult to reach a man. You know how all these things work. So we have Veves in African spirituality, and there are signatures or symbols of spirits that we use to make contact with them. So for you to use a Veve effectively, you need to know the Veve, you need to know the deity you want to contact, then you need to draw that Veve. You can draw it on the ground, or you can nowadays we adapt to modern technology. You can print it out on the internet. You print it out on your computer screen. After printing it out, you still need to trace it. Same thing we do with the sigils. A lot of people make mistake nowadays, or they just think that printing is enough. No. After printing, use your hand and your pen, black pen usually, black pen, especially pencil, carbon pencil. It has a kind of energetic quality inside that carbon from that pencil. Use it to trace the veve again. By you tracing it, you're actually waking it up. You're actually putting your intention, putting a portion of your energy inside. You are actually bringing it to life. So you must trace it. If you cannot print it out, maybe you don't have printer, you take your white paper, put it in front, you blow the sigil in front of your computer screen. Then put it in front of your computer screen, you can see it clear. Then you trace it hard from your computer screen. Then you get the sigil, it will be beautiful, it will be correct. Put it there. Then the next step is to focus on it. You look at it intently, relax your mind, then you start talking to it. Yes, you talk to it because you are trying to contact the deity. You talk to the deity, tell the sigil what you want to do, tell the deity through the sigil. You talk to them, they will hear you. Okay, to facilitate this further, you can also put some of your blood on it. Okay, to open it, to give it the power. Some Western people in Western Occultism, they actually ejaculate into the sigil to open it. It is part of giving your energetic frequency to the sigil. So some practitioners, they masturbate on this sigil to make it work. After talking to their wish, they call it part of sigil magic. They practice this in Western Occultism. So they will masturbate on it and try to push some of their energy into it with the aim of seeing this desire working, that during the time of climax, they will imagine and picture the outcome of what they want to happen. They will see it happening during that time because there's an explosion of energy. So they are going to direct this energy into the sigil to jumpstart or kickstart whatever thing they want to do, to push that energy to manifestation. So they do this kind of things. So in Western occultism, they do this a lot. You're going to find people masturbating into sigils a lot. So you can do this. Then after that, some of them will burn the sigil, or some of them will keep it, they will forget about it. So anyhow they want to do it. Then people also split the blood on the sigil. In African spirituality, You see, in Africa, after we have drawn these veves on the ground, most times that we kill a goat and then we sprinkle the blood inside. That is when things start happening. That you see the spirit coming out, possessing people, and start giving them. People start talking, saying all kind of revolutions, doing things. So blood is very powerful medium for invocation or sigil invocation. Blood can be semen, it can be red blood. Is a very powerful medium for using for sigil magic. Okay, so CJ magic is a very simple and powerful magic you can use. So CJs can be used in place of status. Why I like CJs or Veves is that maybe you don't have the statue of the deity, you can use the CJ. But if you have the statue, a picture of the deity, you can also use that. Pictures also do the same thing. Statues also do the same thing. In ancient Egypt, you're not going to see CJs. They just have the draw because those guys, they don't have time for CJ. They just draw. They have differentiated all the deities in human form with different heads of animals. So by you looking at the image, you already make that mental connection. So no need for Veves. Veves is West African thing and Central African thing. Ancient Egyptian Kemetic system, we just call the deity's name and we look at the picture. You see the figurine of the deity. You can also help to just sketch it. When you draw something, you bring it to life. So for me, most times, if I want to use a picture of a deity, I draw it by myself. I draw the picture with a pencil, make sure my energy, I give it time. By the time I draw that picture, it's already alive. Then there are some things that I do to bring it to bear. Once I bring it, activate that picture, it's not an ordinary picture anymore. It is now an altar. Actually, the deity is now present in that picture. So you can use pictures, you can use the veves, the sigils. When you come to Western Occultism, you will find out that all the spirits have their own sigils. Same procedure in African spirituality. They are symbols. So to make contact, you get the symbols of the deities. Some of them are very active, some of them are not active. Okay. The more people use a CJ, the more power it have, because people also push some of their energy into these things to bring it to this physical world. So we have a lot of people using CJ magic in Western occultism with the methods I just mentioned, by splitting their blood on it after opening it, by also masturbating on it, then by also burning it. Or some people will just do the spell, keep it, and try to forget about it until whatever they are looking for manifest. Then people also tattoo these CJs or veves on their body. You're going to see a lot of people, especially Western occultism, a lot of black magicians with so many tattoos of so many spirits on them. Now, tattooing a sigil of a spirit is another thing. This is also present in African spirituality. When you come to Buddhism, you go to Thailand, you see a lot of Thai tattoos, traditional spiritual tattoos. In Thailand, we call it Sakyan. Sakyan tattoos are usually done by priests in a temple. These are tattoos that are made with invocation. They try to invoke the spirits of particular deity into these tattoos with the hope or the belief that the spirit will possess the person permanently, and then the person will have the abilities or characteristics of those spirits or those animals that have been imprinted on them. So you see a lot of monks doing these Sakian tattoos. They do for protection, they do for love, they do for prosperity. We have those in Thailand. In African spirituality, we also have this as well. When you see the native doctors, we actually do some invocation into the tattoo that will be crafted on the person. So some of these tattoos are not ordinary tattoos. In Western occultism, they do the same thing as well by doing invocations, doing rituals to certain deities. Then taking the tattoo is a way of making a pact with the spirit. This is what I really want to talk to on this channel. What I really want to talk on this channel, how to make pacts with CJs. So by making this pact is that you approach the deity after you have made the supplications, tell them what you want to do. You take that mark on you. What is symbolized that you are them are going to be together for as much as possible, probably this lifetime or forever. And you ask for the guidance of the deity, protection, or whatever you want. So the deity is now crafted into your body, spirit, and soul. In the spirit world, you'll be identified as a child or a property of that deity. Okay, so a lot of people do this in Western occultism. You can see so many black magicians have lots of spirit tattoos on them. Okay, so taking this is big responsibility, because you have to be doing the work of that deity, and you have to be physically representing that deity. So it's something that is quite serious for people that want to do it. Something that when you get in, you cannot get hurt. There are some deities that if you take their tattoo as a way of honoring them, then you later change your mind that you don't want to have anything to do with them anymore. That part of your body that have that tattoo is going to be condemned. If you tattoo them on your hand, you will lose the hand. If it's on your leg, you will lose the leg, or some kind of affliction will come upon you. So, taking tattoos of spirits is a very serious matter. It's not something that should be taken lightly. Most times, it's for people, for very serious practitioners that do this, that have really dedicated themselves to that deity. You have gone to the level and say, okay, this is, you have gone to the point of no return. You want to really do this. Then you take the mark of the deity upon you. It's like in Christian, we say this is like the mark of the beast. Okay, but for spirituality, it's just a normal thing people do all the time. So sigils can be used as form of pacts with deities or symbols of pacts as well. Okay, so sigils are very powerful stuff. They are easy to use, and they are very flexible. I use sigils and veves a lot because in my own case I used to travel, and I cannot be carrying all sort of status and items to be jumping from country to country. People will, when they check your bag in airport, will think you are crazy. So I utilize sigils. I just print them, draw them out. I just create a shrine overnight by stamping this on the wall and doing the necessary opening rites, and I start doing what I'm doing. So for me, it's very useful for me in this current time dispensation we are living now. Sigils and veves are very, very flexible for practicing your spirituality. Okay, so it's something that you can easily utilize if you don't want to buy expensive status or expensive pictures. You go to the internet, you print out the sigil, and you do the necessary rites, and you use it to connect to that deity. It's as simple as that. Okay, so this is ways of we using sigils and veves in spirituality. Okay, so it's something that is easy. You can get a lot of resources on this on the internet. I use the sigils and veves a lot. Most times I use it in conjunction with some other things. Then most times I usually burn them. After doing the rites, we burn them to release the spirit back into the spirit realm. We don't leave them hanging around, depending on the kind of rite you're doing. If you open some kind of sigils, they have to be closed. If they are not closed, so the spirit will keep on lingering, and that will not be too good. So try to make sure you closing them, burning them, is releasing the spirits after you have done what you want to do. Closing those gates, very, very important. Okay, so this is what I have for you on veves and sigils today. Questions or comments are welcome. Please like and share my videos. If you are interested in learning more about African spirituality, you can come to my website www.kindoki.net. Here I teach African spirituality without you breaking your bank, and you can learn from any part of the world. And if you like to buy my book on the quantum physics, the scientific aspects of African spirituality, the scientific origin, or the African origin of quantum physics, I have the book here for you. If you want to do spell, love spell, hexes, consultation, and the whole 9 yards, my number is on the screen. So with that being said, I wish you a very wonderful day, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. So take care and bye. Peace.